Shalom, shalom. First thing I want to do is all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Al-Shai, Ba'ashem Al-Dakadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders, a great millstone. And salutations to you brothers pushing this word with love, truth, sincerity. Alright, so basically what I really want to go into is basically being a leader. Alright. Now, being a leader, you got to be an example. All right. And when you become a leader, you deal with certain things that you would say younger brothers don't go through. All right. You basically, your mentality is checked. All right. Your integrity is pushed to its limits. All right. And a lot of times, I can remember what Apostle Ramlab told me. He said a lot of times you got to put your things what's wrong with you to the side to build up a brother or to help a brother. All right. So you pretty much got to be selfless. All right. You got to really be hard, so to speak. So, look what Yahweh Shai went through, all right? Yahweh Shai was tempted like we was in all ways, all right? Did he fold under pressure? No. All right, he did what he had to do. And we got to do the same, all right? Because the men of the Lord are leaders. And then there's leaders amongst those leaders that we must be an example, to brothers that come after, all right? So, this is 1 Peter 2. I'm going to start it. Okay, I'm going to start at 19. For this, I'm going to start at 18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not to the good and to the gentle, also to the forward. All right? Because there's brothers in the faith who are very meek, okay, very gentle brothers, but then you got brothers who don't play that, who basically, forward basically means metaphorically unfair, surely forward. So, let's say crooked curve, but it's really rough, all right? It may seem like unfair, but a lot of times, when I first came to truth, I woke up under Nazariah, and the guy was kind of rough, I ain't gonna lie. But, he wasn't like he is now, He was bugged out, but at that time, that's what I needed. Regardless, brothers I done seen in the faith, if they being forward wickedly and maliciously, hey, the Lord gonna get rid of them, man. But it's still as a servant, as a what you would call a Padawan or whatever you want to call it, as a brother who don't have too much knowledge, and you trying to learn, you need to just soak up as much knowledge you can and be humble. All right? It says, for this is thankworthy if a man for conscience towards the Most High endure grief, suffering it wrongfully. All right, so if you do get caught in a situation, all right, and that's even out in the world, man. All right? Yeah, you can only turn your cheek so many times, but, like the scripture say, if it's possible, live peaceable with all men, if it's possible. But sometimes it may not be possible, all right? But you need to use wisdom in certain situations like that, all right? Try to make your situation better or just move with wisdom, all right? It says, for what glory it is if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently, But if when you do well, suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with the Most High. All right, so if we dealing with something, you know, just deal with it patiently. You know, and to be honest, you know, some things, you know, even within myself, you know, I gotta calm down, you know, and I'm trying to really find ways to deal with what you call repressed stress, you know, not stress that has been not things that you just don't care about, but things that you still repress and you still keep it on your mind because you really never let it go. You really need to, if you're gonna let something go, you need to let it go. Don't repress it because it's still there, all right? It says, but if you suffer for it, just deal with it, man. You know, I've been through it. I can test brothers that I've been around, been through it. You know, and it's truth. You're going, man, life, you're going to experience it. You know, one way or another, you're going to experience it. For even here too, were ye called because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. All right, so Yahweh Shai is a leader. All right, he's our leader, he's our king. All right, so it says, scripture say that we're going to be joint heirs with the Lord. All right, so if the king, all right, suffered, you know, and did with and went, hey, and it's the spirit that this coming out because, you know, I really wasn't in agreement with what the brothers were saying at first, you know, but then it kind of hit me like, man, they right, man, because did Yahweh Shai fight? No. Yahweh Shai actually picked up the soldier ear that Peter cut off, and he put it back on. He went with him. All right, because, you know, he knew it needed to be done. All right, you know, so if you got faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, the scripture say no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. All right, you just gotta have faith in the Lord. You know, and that's being a good leader, because really that's who they really, you know, they think if they get heads, or who they think is heads, you know, and they think that the body gonna just fall apart. You know, but Yahweh Shema Shai don't work like that. And they don't understand that, you know. So, you know, it's really just being the spirit. Because the Lord already said he's going to lift the standard. When the enemy come in like a flood, he's going to lift the standard. And you got to believe that, you know. And we coming into some times where, I mean, we might be close to that time, all right? So, you know, we just gotta be men in this truth, man. Hold on one second. All right. This is James 5. I'm gonna start at 7 because these are all attributes of a leader, all right? The Lord is making leaders out of us, man, all right? He's making leaders out of us. So, like the scripture say, be ye holy because the Father in heaven is holy. And these scriptures is what make us holy, all right? Which really teaching us divine wisdom, all right? You know, like the scripture says, it's a royal law. All right, so Yahweh himself is teaching us how to live like him. All right. So, and then the scripture say, oh, ye men do I call. It's teaching men how to be men, how to live like kings, how to live like real rulers. You know, not a simpleton, not a peasant. All right. So, this is James 5:7. And then it teaches you how to be a balanced ruler. It doesn't teach you how to be a tyrant. It doesn't teach you how to be simple. It teaches you how to be a balanced and understanding king. you know, and a brother and a friend, you know.